Hello, hello, and welcome, my patrons on Patreon, my humans, my heroes, my angels, my witches, my immortals, my gods and goddesses, as well as everyone else on the interweb who will get to see it afterwards. Hi, welcome to full moon in Capricorn, July 2022. We are doing a spell as indicated in the title, the Torch of Trust spell for Capricorn new moon, July 2022. I am your host, your whatever, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. It's 24 years in service at the time of this recording. Author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box and you can preview it for free in case you're, well, some of my patrons have access to the book, some do, but you can preview it for free on Kindle and see the dedication to my mom, who I'm traveling to see pretty much right after this hits, at least on Patreon. So going to be traveling after the full moon, so got the 7-card draw. Shadow reads done on time for this full moon to new moon. Go check them out if you haven't yet, because it's time to do some magic. I'm actually doing this the Tuesday night before because I have to pack tomorrow. I have a client coming to the house, and then I am driving not all day, 5 hours on Thursday to go to Saratoga, back on Monday, which is my mom's birthday. I'm excited to go. So let's get down to business. If you are new to the channel and new to this, I have an outline on my phone, good old-fashioned Google Docs. My patrons, as well as the members of the Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short Facebook group, have access to that as well. It's an unlisted link, so only if you have the link you can see the outlines. You can prepare ahead of time if you like. But here on Drawing the Circles channel, no surprises. I am a Virgo. This is a Capricorn moon, full moon spell, sort of. So we're going to go through the list quickly so that you'll know what we are about to get into. So just real quick. Welcome. Did it. Check. We're going to do an opening prayer, meditation thingy, make a statement of purpose about why we're here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the full moon in Capricorn, Cardinal Earth, 10th house stuff, to give us a little lunar positioning on the intentional window open to us. We're going to talk a little about wand magic, because the torch of truth is an element of earth. I know you'd think element of fire, but it's the fuel that feeds the fire. It's the element of earth. So I've got a lovely little piece of fig wood here that I'm going to be working with. Excited for that. I've had this for a very, very long time. We'll talk about it. So we're going to talk a little bit about basic wand magic, the wood that you use, how to season it, and stuff like that. And the only tools that we're going to need aside, well, you might not need them at all. I've got my altar set up here, as I usually do for the new moon, full moons, and sabbats, the solar holidays. I do those here on Patreon, YouTube, and wherever it may end up. So other than that, all you need is your wand wood, which is fun to say, wand wood, and whatever you want to season it with, and we'll talk about that before we get there. And then the working itself, I'm going to devote the altar, I'm going to cleanse and consecrate said wand, which will be the torch of truth, anoint and empower it. I got some anointing oils that I'm going to do that with, to give it a little extra. Then chant in the plug-in spell, and I'll read the plug-in spell before we get there as well. So let's do a little prayer meditation thingy, hoo-ha doo-dah, just to get all on the same page vibrationally, so to speak. Capricorn full moon is incredibly, all the full moons are powerful, but I have a particular affinity for Capricorns, so particularly for their full moon, why not? Shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. And tune in. Tune in. We're put on some nice soothing music and a little picture, so you gotta watch my face while I do this. You can even close your eyes. You're not really missing anything visually except the picture of the altar in front of me once fully activated. So just tune in. right? Simplest form of self-care and self-love is just checking in with your own body. I always start at the top of my head and move down. Just giving gentle permission to let go, to relax. A little neck roll, a little shoulder shrug. And just letting, particularly because we're dealing with the earth sign of Capricorn, to let the earth element of the body just get comfortable, right? If you are doing this with candles lit and you are prone to nodding off, just make sure, I don't think we'll go there, but just make sure the space that you're in is safe, right? Supported by pillows, whatever it is that you're doing. And with the body relaxing, just now focus on your breath. Nothing complicated, just take a minute or two to just be here now and breathe. Exhaling the past and the future so you are here right now. And the mind will of course want to run into the past and the future, but just breathe. Those thoughts will still be there afterwards. But the point of power is always in the present moment. We have choices and decisions to make in every present moment. But what do we trust? Who do we trust? That determines a lot of the choices we make. So just trust in your breath right now. That you'll have every inhale you need for this incarnation. It's pretty much guaranteed to everybody. I don't know everybody's contract, but I would think for every breath you need is guaranteed for each lifetime, And just relax into that. And it's from this place. I'll offer just a little bit of a prayer as I call upon our collective pantheons of the divine, our guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, ancestors, and our own higher selves, all the way back to the mother of all, the divine singularity, the pregnant void, the nameless Tao, to surround us all now in a force field of light, and now wherever we are now, in a force field of light containing and protecting this time spent together. We are allowed the space that we need to tune in, to shift, to cast, to intend. For when the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek. So as we relax into that, I ask, as ever, a little personal request, use me. Use every aspect of me, known and unknown, every overtone of all dimension, all timelines, all lifetimes, that I may be the channel of guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power that you sent me here to be in this life. To do it through me, to do it for me, on my behalf, in fulfillment of my sacred contracts that I signed on to before coming down here, as well as in the fulfillment of the plan that I came here to help accomplish, the permanent anchoring of Paradise Planet Earth. So may this be the best thing that I have ever done. Make it magnificent. Knock our socks off. Say everything through me. Do everything through me. But of course it won't be the best thing I ever do. Because just like Capricorn, there's a climb up the mountain to reach the peak experience, and then we find ourselves, oddly enough, at the foothills of the next. Spiritual awakening, evolution, healing, all that jazz, being quite the journey. So use me, and may we be fully blessed, that we may heal our trust, that we may find our trust in that which is true, and then hold that flame of hope fueled by the torch of trust for our well-being and for the well-being of all. So would it be, and so it is. Take a moment, just coast for a bit. because we've got a little bit of mountain to climb. I don't know that we'll be running up that road or running up that hill, but you know, it's Capricorn, so there might be some problems. But there are no problems. There's only destiny being fulfilled. So let's get up in this gig. Honey, I was listening to Kate Bush back in the 80s. Hounds of Love is a brilliant album. If you listen to it end to end, you really do get a through line there, particularly Jig of Life and Waking the Witch, just gonna say. So let's move on, shall we? Blessed be the bush. That doesn't sound right. So opening prayer and statement of purpose. Our purpose is actually very simple, to kind of draw down some divine feminine energy. The earth signs are, the earth and water signs are feminine gender, call it what you want. The fire and air signs, the masculine. So to draw down this feminine energy of a Capricorn moon, to make a torch of trust. And as I said, this is from a fig tree that my mom had for a very, very long time. It died right before they moved up to Saratoga, so I took the wood. Of course I did. And this is what I call a wand blank. All I did was, I make wands, I know I haven't in years, but I've got everything I need if I want to pick it up again. Working retired, yay. But I just kind of carved it down, I sanded it, but I did not varnish it, or shellac it. Sometimes I will, and I got a bunch of those over there. But we're going to be using this wand blank for this purpose, as well as I'm going to impart a little bit about basic wand magic, because you can run with it in so many different directions. So let's talk about Capricorn, full moon in Capricorn in this case. It is one of the 3 earth signs. There is Taurus, which is fixed earth. There is Virgo, which is mutable earth, which is my sun sign. And then there is Capricorn, which is cardinal earth. All of the 4 elements of cardinal, fixed, and mutable. 3 times 4 elements, you get 12 signs of the zodiac. The cardinal earth is creative. Cardinal, like, it really means first, like cardinal sin. First line of sin. Not even God can forgive that. No, I don't buy into that. Sorry, I just don't. A cardinal in the Roman Catholic Church is pretty high up there, right? Like the first order, right? So something that's cardinal, like Aries is cardinal fire, first sign of the zodiac. Libra, cardinal air, the first day of Mabon, autumnal equinox. I think you get the vibe. So that cardinal earth, that creative earth, the mountain, and the mountain goat, as well as the sea goat, S-E-A, not S-E-E, sea goat. Yes, I see goat. There, wolf. Young Frankenstein, Marty Feldman. So that thing of, you know, a mountain goat climbing up the mountain. Now the mountain has so much creativity in it, on it, and through it, right? Like how much stuff lives on a mountain. Like not just people and trees and animals, but then you think about what's going on that you can't see, right? Within Capricorns, where Capricorns can be very mysterious, as well as they are also ruled by the planet Saturn, which is all about boundaries, right? Time, Chronos is the Greek name for Saturn. Chronos, the father of the Olympians, one of the Titans, kept eating his kids, and until Zeus did something about that with the help of his mother Rhea, just to put it in a mythological Greco-Roman context, because that's my gig. So that idea of boundaries and setting goals and reaching them and then setting the next, very creative. When I've built teams before for different projects, I like to start with an Aries and end with a Capricorn. Great starters and great finishers, right? Making sure then you bring in the Virgo to make sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. We're good on detail. Team building, whatever, and the vibe of the 10th house, right? It's the 10th sign of the zodiac. The 10th house is highest potential, and I got that definition from Carolyn Mason, her books, Sacred Contracts. I use her archetype deck, obviously, in quite a number of the reads that I do. So that idea of highest potential, like climbing a mountain, and it does take time, and you don't run up a mountain, right? Everybody wants their highest potential now, except we're terrified of our highest potential. I think we got some feline shenanigans going on in the kitchen. I'm watching you, Belzy. Motherhood never ends. Capricorn is also the father, right? The boundary setter. Even though it is a feminine earth sign, Cap, because of Saturn, we have the father energy there, where Cancer, its opposite sign, is the mother. But the thing about the highest potential, if you really look at even, New Testament, Old Testament, when faced with our highest potential, we usually run. Right, it just happens over and over and over again. Right, it's one of those things. It's like no, I don't want to do that. Right, again, I learned that in Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace, MYSS. She's a PhD. It's a life-changing work, or at least it was for me, which also rhymes, which tells me the gods and the archangels are in the room. Good, because we asked them to come. How nice of them to come, boys. Oh. There must be a cat outside the windows. Oh, great. Well, it's full moon. What are you going to do? Moving right along, our highest potential, we have no idea what it was. If we knew what it was, we would run. And then you look at potential in terms of the quantum, right? Because probable reality, potential realities. Which timeline are you on? You don't know. Which timeline you going to jump to next? You don't know. But certainly prayer, meditation, witchcraft, spell work, whatever you want to call it. Spirituality is a huge umbrella term. Gives you some co-creation in that, but remember, it's co-creation. We don't get to create the options. We just get to choose the options given to us in the quantum, wantum, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, please don't make me do math, holographic universe. So, that being said, that's all I'm going to say about it, but, your highest potential and what, which you need to have trust in. We'll get there. And let's talk about wand magic briefly. Just a couple of bullet points I have here. The wood that you use is important if you want it to be. Again, my immediate beginning of looking things up starts with Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. Pretty sure he's a spirit guide of mine at this point. I mean, he was a gay witch who taught and wrote books. Hello, why wouldn't he? I would have loved to have met him before he crossed, but I didn't. As well as there's, the Celtic trees and, all that stuff. So whatever wood you want to use, but you know what? I'm not going to be walking around with this like in my bag, right? And Prada, where are you, darling? My Prada. No, that's not going to happen, right? It's a little clunky for that. So you could certainly do it with a stone. Now I've got so many stones back there. Oh, but here, just as an example, this is a selenite wand with a little fluorite tip. It's a massage tool, but I don't really use it for that. Sometimes I do. So, there you go. There's a wand. You could certainly do that, but you certainly want to cleanse, consecrate, season. We'll talk about that and empower it to make it specific in its task. It is a magical tool, but it is also a vibrational being, so it's contractual. It's very anime in its way. Doodah. So seasoning, because I am going to be using a piece of a blank, a raw wood that's just been whittled and sanded, a bit dry than wet sanded, nice and smooth. I'm going to season it with essential oils. Why? Because I have 10 billion of them. And I was looking for something for the element of earth, and the only thing that I had was patchouli. And although I may look like a hippie, it's not my favorite. Patchouli was used during the plagues to cover the scent of rotting bodies, and hippies apparently. No offense to anyone, it's just I lived through the 80s and the 90s, not the 60s. I was born in 1968. Yes, I'm 53. Yeah, I don't look at things. Witchcraft, magic. So I went with my standard solar and lunar oils. For the sun, I use heliotrope, which is god of Apollo, right? So the energy of the sun right there. And for the moon, I use lotus oil, though it is not extract. It is essential oil, lotus oil. And neither one of these were really cheap, but that's why I only use them for like solar, lunar magic, particularly of this kind. So I'm going to anoint it with that, as well as I'm going to anoint our candles with that when we start putting it all together. I'm just going to pour drops of oil in that little lotus thingy there. We will get there. So yeah, the only tools are the wand itself that you choose to use, and other seasonings. Like I could easily put like a leather strap around this. I could put crystals on it. I could do anything I want with it. I just like to keep all of my symbols and my correspondences aligned, right? The same basic intention. So if I could find a rune for trust, I would probably like burn it, because I would burn too. I know, I was raised by a nursery school teacher. I have many crafts, not just witch. So, you know, even like maybe a T on the bottom, or something for the tea, the shade, and the pink lemonade. So you can really do anything you want with that. Design your own wand, and you can shift them and change them because they grow and evolve sometimes as we do. But here's the point. Before we, I'm going to read you the spell in a minute. All of our trust has been challenged, destroyed, wounded, so to speak. We've all placed our trust in things. Trust is an odd word because it's both a noun and a verb. It's something that you have as a noun, and it is something that you do as a verb. Hope is not like that. Hope is a thing. It is a grace. As far as I know, there isn't a grace of trust, but there is a grace of hope. And, by the way, this spell is sort of like a part 2 of what we did for the Cancer new moon, right? Yeah, this is the Capricorn full moon, just checking, with the Home for Hope spell. In fact, in the spell itself, you will hear some echoes of that one in there. And by the way, this spell did not just pop through like others have. Usually within an hour, I've got them all. This took me all day, and it makes sense, Capricorn. I had to be walking up that road, walking up that hill. I wouldn't say there were problems, but there were distractions. Getting ready to travel, of course there were. What would it be like to know what to trust in? To be able to trust your own intuitive system? Like, what do you trust? Who do you trust, right? Well, if you are Wiccan, I am no longer technically Wiccan. I'm an eclectic witch. I will draw magic, miracles, and mysticism from wherever I am guided to, and that feels right. But in the Wiccan Read Poetic Version by Doreen Valiente, I think it's the very first line, isn't it? Yeah, by the witch's law, the Wiccan law, ye must in perfect love and perfect trust. And you hear that a lot. Perfect love and perfect trust and perfect. How do you enter this circle? In perfect love and perfect trust. I bind you, Nancy. Blah blah blah. But I'm salty. I've got a Pisces moon. I'm a Virgo sun sign. I'm salty. My trust has been violated over and over and over again since jump, and not just this lifetime, obviously. And I'm an empath. And with what's going on planet Earth and the rogues gallery of villains that I have dated in this life alone, certainly it's completely understandable that there are wounds of trust with me. I've even had spiritual teachers and leaders pull shady shit. So it's all been part of the journey. It has been all about teaching, learning and growing and healing and all that stuff, all written into the script, into the quantum game of all of this before we ever incarnated. So to find something true to trust in during this time of such cuckoo banana-ness, why not, right? And it came to me because I know, I am well aware, I don't really trust anybody. I have like 2, maybe 3 people that I inherently trust, and one of them's my mom, obviously, duh. But outside of that, I have different confidants in different areas of my life, but very few people I trust implicitly that are in human body. Oh, yeah, perfect love and perfect trust of the gods and the archangels alone, because everybody else has bad days, right? Gotta feel that out. So that is also on a personal level where this spell is coming from, and I'm going to actually do my full moon magic now, because otherwise I would have like done it before this, then done the video, or done the video and then done my personal magic. I'm traveling and I've got clients tomorrow. So I know this has been a long intro, but here's the spell. And at this point, if you click off, it's not for me, then it's not for you. All right. The Torch of Trust spell. In this time and in this place, I now draw down the Mother of Grace. The Mother of Grace is the singularity, the divine singularity, the Tao without name. That's T-A-O, not D-O-W, just checking. So in this time and in this place, I now draw down the Mother of Grace. I'm going to draw down that through the moon. I conjure now the Torch of Trust to hold its light up as I must, to light the way, the silver thread to lead me where she'd have me led. And that's an echo from the Home of Hope spell. May the torch of trust now combust, and all false hopes now fall to dust. That came through this afternoon. I was like, see, because false hope is part of the wounds. It's part of the hero's journey, right? We hope for shit that's just not written so that we learn what to trust. It's a tricky gnosis, agreed. So may the torch of trust now combust, and all false hope now fall to dust, to lead me through the labyrinth best, and show where trust I may invest. That's a hot lawyer's line. Alight my torch bright and robust, and show me where my hope is just. Just what? No, just like injustice, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done, and look in the quantum, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly of all this stuff. As you heal this for yourself, you're helping everyone heal. And of course, with Capricorn, there are going to be boundaries put in place. Energetic boundaries, psychological boundaries, sociological boundaries. That's how we develop our highest potential. It's just how it works, right? Because our boundaries are always shifting and changing. I've said it over and over again. Just think of the rings of Saturn. It's better than the rings around Uranus. Location, location, location. Right, don't talk to strangers is brilliant for a 4-year-old. Really, really good boundary. Not so good for a 44-year-old, right? But I guess it depends on who the strangers are. But I mean, in general, right? How are you going to order a pizza? On an app. I know people. Good old DoorDash. Okay, so there's the spell. It is now magic time. I know I go on a bit, but I'm a teacher. My mom's a teacher. It's in the DNA, apparently, as is witchcraft, apparently. So let's do this. We're going to devote. We're going to devote energy to the altar. We have got a abalone shell with some white sage in it. Sorry if that's cultural appropriation. It's too late. My nervous system is triggered in the best way possible by white sage, and has been for over 30 years. I've got a tea light candle on a little stand here for the element fire. That's air, fire. For water, I've got a little bit of our Cancer full moon holy water that we made here as well. For earth, I have a lovely combination of 2 ground resins that taste great together. We've got honey amber, which I always throw in. I love a little honey amber. Sweetens the pot, as it were. And sandalwood, which I thought, oh, it's wood, that it would work. Not burning patchouli in my house. No thanks. And of course, I've got the oils here on the table as well. So enough explanation. Let's make some magic. Please take a nice deep breath. Here we go. Good old-fashioned altar devotion. O creature of air, I do cleanse and consecrate thee in the names of the mighty ones of the East, casting out all negativity from you in this world and in all worlds. Blessings be upon you now. So mote it be. Vieni soin inflammare. Yeah, it likes it when I say it in a different language. Don't know why. It just does. Alright. Element of fire. I'll just do it this way. It's easier. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. O creature of fire, I do cleanse and consecrate thee in the names of the mighty ones of the south, removing all negativity from you in this world and in all worlds. Creature of fire, work your will by my desire. In the names of the mighty ones of the south, blessings be on you now. So would it be. O creature of water, I do cleanse and consecrate thee in the names of the mighty ones of the West, removing all negativity from you in this world and in all worlds. Oh, blessings be upon you now, Suns in Cancer. So mote it be. And so it is. There. Ah. O creature of earth, I do cleanse and consecrate thee in the names of the mighty ones of the north, casting out all negativity from you in this world and in all world, because we don't know where this resin's been. Blessings be upon you now. Ooh, tingle, tingle, tingle in the palms of my hands. So mote it be. Ready? You think that's smoky? But it's smoky. Okay. Water and earth, air and fire, combine to transform and inspire. Align us with divine desire. Our highest working we now require. Elements guide so that we may be on our paths and on them stay. We ask thee now, show us the way of what the divine desires this day. O Lady High, O Consort bright, illumine this working with your light. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So let it be, and so it is. By the way, I have my Hope Stone from the Home of Hope spell as well here. So, you know, very easy to strap that puppy on there. It would be like a thumb pad. Okay. Been doing this a long time. You're allowed to have a sense of humor anyway. So, altar devotion done. Cleanse and consecrate the wand is our next. But before we do that, I'm going to want to go right into the empowering and the anointing. So this one does not have a little dropper in it. I have to put one in there. Heliotrope likes to come out real fast, so that's good. Just a couple of drops. It's a purple flower, but it's sacred to Apollo, the sun, and all of that. We'll put you over there. And we're going to put a couple of drops of lotus. This does have a very specific drop thingy for the moon. We've got our lotus and our heliotrope. We'll put you over there. And all right. A dab of oil for this candle. This is just for illumination. And we'll do a little on this candle. You know, if you like to put extra candles, you can use the same oil for all of them and do whatever you want. It's the best thing about being a witch. You get to choose your own art, science, and or religion of magic as you go. At least that's how I roll. And I roll. All right, let's cleanse and consecrate the wand itself, the torch itself. Because right now, it's a blank wand. It's about to become something else. No creature of air. I cleanse and consecrate this wand, this wood, this torch, to be a torch of trust by the power of air, removing all negativity from it in every time and place. Oh yeah, nice relationship, you two. I cleanse and consecrate this wand by the power of fire, removing all negativity from it in every time, and place. Little Jessel counterclockwise vibe there. This is easy. Bloop. I cleanse and consecrate this wand, pentacle on the bottom, by the power of water, removing all negativity from it in every time and place. Now that it's wet, this will stick. I cleanse and consecrate this wand by the power of earth, about seasoning, removing all negativity from it in every time and place. Circle at the top, circle at the bottom, circle in the center, but this time all the way from the bottom to the top. Might be familiar. One, two, three. Maiden, mother, and crone, even though I did the maiden, crone, mother. Just there, right there. Alright, here comes the Dragon Ball Z part. Don't scream unless you gotta. You know what I'm talking about. Breathe. Make a ball of spirit. Chi, prana. We're gonna draw down that moon. I cleanse and consecrate this wand by the power of spirit, removing all negativity from it in every time and place, every overtone of every timeline. As I now enchant, charge, empower, and name this, that it may be the torch of trust, a vehicle, a vessel, holding aloft the grace of hope as a great light in the healing and restoring of trust for myself and for the well-being of all. In the names of my pantheons of the divine, so mote it be, and so it is. Not ecstatic, strong, different than a Leo moon. Well, Leo new moon's next. You gotta wait a little bit though. Okay, at least 2 weeks. We've got it all charged, all cleansed and ready. Guess what's next? Last little bit. We get the kid to actually do. Oh, well, hello. Oh, wait, we have a surprise guest star. Well, hello, Melchior, third Prince, House de Lyons. How are you, my beloved? Don't worry, you'll have cookies later. Nothing like a little guest star. Every now and again, he does it more than the other two. So, the Torch of Trust spell. Already read it through. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to do this for real, because I need this for me. It's what I was guided to do. It's why I'm doing it on camera, to share it, because I know I'm not the only person with trust issues ever incarnated on planet Earth. No, just me, no one else. Of course not. So we're going to do this for realsies. I mean, it's magic. It's already underway. But just my form of magic is very Dionysian. It's like, let's put some fun into it, shall we? Which is a little counter Capricorn, but here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it first. You can do it like a repeat after me if you want. There are no plugins in this one. Oh, I say plug-in spell. It's not actually a plug-in spell. There's nothing to plug in. No Mad Lib aspect. So we're just going to do it. We're going to do it 3 times. I'll say it. I'll hear you say it in my head, so to speak, so I'll know when to say the next line. And we'll say it 3 times through, but we'll save the last bit for the well-being and all of that for the last time. So first time, just say it to, like, feel it in your mouth, so to speak. Forgive me. The second time, you put a little more heart into it, right? You feel a little more. Like, feel those words. Feel the energy move through you. And third time, let him have it. Third time's a charmed. The charmed ones, you do you. Because I need this. I think we all do. So, all right. Here we go. Drew down the moon. Simple lunar draw. Nothing too ceremonial. So breathe. And if you've got your wand handy, or you're going to do this later, you can still feel this one move through you. Number 1, first time. In this time and in this place, I now draw down the Mother of Grace to conjure now the torch of trust, to hold its light up as I must, to light the way, the silver thread, to lead me where she'd have me led. May the torch of trust now combust, and all false hopes now fall to dust. To lead me through the labyrinth best, and show where trust I may invest. Alight my torch, bright and robust, and show me where my hope is just. Breathe. Second time. In this time and in this place, I now draw down the Mother of Grace to conjure now the torch of trust, to hold its light up as I must, to light the way, the silver thread, to lead me where she'd have me led. May the torch of trust now combust, and all false hopes now fall to dust, to lead me through the labyrinth best, and show where trust I may invest. Alight my torch bright and robust, and show me where my hope is just. Breathe. Third time's the charm. In this time and in this place, I now draw down the Mother of Grace to conjure now the torch of trust, to hold its light up as I must, to light the way, the silver thread, to lead me where she'd have me led. May the torch of trust now combust, and all false hopes now fall to dust, to lead me through the labyrinth best, and show where trust I may invest. Alight my torch, bright and robust, and show me where my hope is just, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As I will it, so let it be done. Ignite. Torch of trust, ignite. So mote it be, and so it is. Yes, which work. Take a minute. Oh, I love you. It's my new friend, Torchy. Hey, I'm Leo Rising. I'm allowed to have fun. Just wait till that Leo moon, though. Leo new moon. Looking forward to that. So take a moment. Let the magic settle in. Notice how you feel. You can always pause these and take, write stuff down if you want. Yeah. See, so it's not so blissful, floaty, flying as it is. It feels good. It feels solid. It feels stable. It feels secure. And of course, this is a journey, right? You don't need a torch when the lights are on. You go through this when you are in mystery, when you are unsure. And you know what? It's okay to not know. There's a lot we don't know. And the higher you go in spiritual evolution, the more you remember what you knew all along but didn't know you knew, right? It's just how it works. So may you find what you need to trust. But before we sign off, we're going to do a little closing thing, because a little prayer meditation thing. I want to bring you back to the third and fourth dimensional world a little bit more solidly, even though it was Capricorn moon. Particularly with between the aromatherapy and the magical oils and the crystals on the table. There's slabs of selenite. I got the holy water sitting on a big old slab of rose quartz. There's a lot going on here. And of course, we do like, it's not really a pyrotechnic. It's a smokotechnic. Oh, there we go. Let's just get the rest of you. I got more. Okay, so let's wrap this puppy up as we always do. I don't need a checklist for this. I've done this thousands of times. So get yourself comfortable in a position you can stay in just for a couple of minutes. And we'll ground this a little bit more and close it up. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. And breathe. So much easier to go back once you've done it recently. And feel that sense of the body relaxing, right? Check in again briefly. So it can rest, so it can integrate. And so that whatever you're doing for the rest of your day or evening, you can do it from a nice, solid, grounded place. And of course, focus on your breath, just to bring you into the present moment. And it's from this place I offer this prayer in perfect love and in perfect trust. My thanks to our collective pantheons of the divine, our guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, ancestors, and higher selves, all the way back to the mother of all, the divine singularity, the nameless Tao, for encircling us in this time spent in a force field of light, containing and protecting whoever, whenever, wherever they are when they are watching this, and for aiding us in our magical work to restore trust to ourselves individually as well as collectively. What could be better for a Capricorn moon to achieve our highest potential of spiritual awakening human beings on heroes' journeys with immortal souls that are born of divine origin, human hero, immortal god, goddess. And on a personal note, thank you so much for using me as the channel of guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power you sent me here to be. Because every time I do this, I get a little bit better. There is a learning curve, and thank you so much for making it the best thing I have ever done in some way, shape, or form, maybe to somebody somewhere, maybe for all of life, but certainly not the best thing I will ever do, because there's always another mountain, right? As soon as we get to the top of one mountain, we are symbolically at the foothills of the next, and we all want those peak experiences, and we all want to find our own North Star, to trust, our own Polaris that we can trust to stay steady and true. But ultimately, that is the divine itself, within all of life and within ourselves. So thank you for helping that come to the surface today, for the guidance, the grace, the love, wisdom, and power of this torch of trust spell. May it be a blessing upon all of life, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be, and so it is, and thank you. I can hear it in my head every time I do that, but you know, whatever. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. Comment if you want. If you're one of my patrons on Patreon, we can open up a live chat while I'm up in Saratoga and talk about it. We could do that. We could Zoom it, right? Whatever. Think about it. Send me a private message, whatever. But if you are interested and you want to go deeper, and you're not one of my humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses at the time of this recording, you want more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Malcolm, Patreon on Patreon. I only did it once this time because I do it all day long and I love doing it. But I'm also trying to keep it fun for myself and trying to keep this video relatively brief. Too late. And certainly, if you are interested, like I said, we've got a Facebook group. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want more of me, feel free to subscribe, because I'm not stopping anytime soon, and I get to go back now. So thank you all so very much. Wishing you all seriously, from my heart to yours, the very best and the very blessed of this full moon in Capricorn, and may your torch of trust be forever lit by the grace of hope for the well-being of all. So mote it be. Hell, farewell. I love you, and blessed, blessed be.